What's going on, guys? This is Joe, and I am back once again for our second to last War of the Spark pre-release pack opening. We had bought 5 extra after the 4 that we opened at midnight. We have been going through them. The ones that we opened at midnight and the first one that we opened of these on the channel, the individual ones, were not good. But it has definitely been picking it up. This is now my second blue die. I got one in the last video as well. I encourage you to watch at least the last 2 videos. Those have been very, very good, and I've been very pleased with them in terms of what we've gotten, what we've opened, etc. Yeah, it's been pretty good stuff. So I'm going to put all this excess nonsense on the side. We have the packs that will go on the side as well. Let's use this token to make sure that you guys can see what we're working with today. So this is a zombie army token, which we will see, I'm sure, more of in the kits or the packs themselves. But for now, this token will go on the side, and we will look at this in a moment for those of you that may want to play some MTG Arena Draft for free. And as you can see, our promo foil Planeswalker is Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. She is not the best in comparison to what we got in our last 2 videos. Like I said, I highly recommend you go check them out. The foiling pattern's kind of cool. I like that it's actually her. Usually the subject of the card, the subject of the art, is not in foil, and it kind of makes it look bad on occasion. But in this instance, she is. And that's really cool. And she's got her Bident on her as well. But this is our promo foil uncommon Planeswalker in Kiora. And our promo foil rare or mythic is a Tomic Distinguished Advocist. This is the significant other, if you will, of Ral Zarek. So spoilers / hashtag Vorthos Pride for Tomic there. We will leave those on the side. If those end up in the deck, we will talk about it. But as we normally do, we have 6 packs to open. The first one has Liliana on the front, as you saw. And inside of this Liliana pack, we have, let's see, because I don't think Kiora or Tomic really pull us in any particular direction. Tomic is definitely more for constructed, although he is a 2/3 flyer for 2. So I will be aware of that. We have a Contentious Plan, speaking of Ral Zarek. We have a Blind Blast, a Battlefield Promotion, Crush Descent, Toll of the Invasion, Crawl Stinger, Lazotep Behemoth, a Ward Scale Crocodile, Divine Arrow, super sad, poor Gideon's Promise, a Wall of Runes, Rescuer Sphinx is our first uncommon, Dovin's Veto, also known as Dovin's Ban, or Ban, depending on how you want to pronounce it, if you want to try to be funny, is our second. And Ashiok, Dream Render, is our third. That is very nice. Technically shares a color with Kiora, although that does not necessarily feel like a great combo. But hey, if we get a Bioessence Hydra, that would be great. I would be super happy to do that. Behind Ashiok, do we have, yeah, we have our rare is Deliver Unto Evil. Very interesting art on this card. I don't know that I love the playability of it necessarily, but the art is so sick. I just love it so much. It's really, really cool. And behind it, we have a Forest and a Wizard token that you would get from Kasmina. Another Liliana pack follows our first. 2 in a row for Liliana, and like I said, Ashiok, pretty impressive. Deliver Unto Evil, not so much. We have a Goblin Assailant to start, Luxodon Sergeant, Kasmina, speaking of Kasmina, her Transmutation, Goblin Assault Team, Primordial Worm, Lazotep Behemoth, Crunch Wrangler. I'm going to get your Crunch wrangled, folks. We have a Kaya's Ghost form, Divine Arrow again, Thundering Ceratok, Ral's Outburst is the first uncommon. Very good. We have a Grateful Apparition, very nice as well, is the second. And a Tibalt, Rakish Instigator, is the third. Tibalt's not bad. He's not something where it's like, well, we're definitely in red. In fact, our white is looking better and better, to be fair. But behind Tibalt, our next rare or mythic is a Casualties of War. So this very much wants you to be in two particular colors, and it's kind of difficult to splash, although possible. So I don't know. I don't know that we've seen anything crazy in black and green yet. I mean, we have like Ashiok, and we've seen some okay green stuff, but I'm not so sure, to be honest with you. Behind Casualties of War, just a mountain and a wolf token. Very cool. Also, Casualties of War, a cool card. Here's just a Teferi pack, but not necessarily one that I would just be like, okay, well, snap, gotta be in black-green now. It's just, you know, we're only 2 packs in, so let's see what else we can get. We start with a Samut Sprint, a War Screecher, Courage in Crisis, Sorin's Thirst, Mana Geode, Thunderdrake, a Charmed Stray, Vraska's Finisher, Heartfire, Pollen Bright Druid, Rally of Wings is the first uncommon, 10th District Legionnaire is the second, and Dovin, Hand of Control, very nice, is the third. These hybrid Planeswalkers really help in terms of allowing you to put them in different kinds of decks. I mean, between Kiora, Ashiok, and Dovin, spoilers, they all share one color. So if we want to go Super Friends, so far we can. Behind Dovin, our next rare or mythic is a Mizzium Tank. I'm not super high on this card. Like, it's dangerous, but it wants to be in the spells deck, obviously. And I haven't seen a ton of things in blue-red specifically. Obviously, we were talking about all our walkers being in blue, but I haven't seen anything in blue-red that, like, screams the spells deck. We need more, like, Spellgorger Weirds and things like that to make that serviceable. But behind the Mizzium Tank, we have a Swamp and a Zombie Army token, the little Zombie Army token. We have a Gideon pack next. This one, the cards are kind of all over the place in this one. Okay, so we have a Goblin Assailant to start again, a Makeshift Battalion, Kaya's Ghost Form, a Snare Spinner, Vraska's Finisher, Heartfire, Pollen Bright Druid, Guild Globe, Chandra's Pyrohelix, Wanderer's Strike, a Leyline Prowler. I love this card so much. The art, the ability, Death Touch Lifelink, 2/3. Like, this card is sick. And it's our first uncommon. Dovin's Veto again is the second. And a Kasmina. We were just talking about the fact that we had her wizard token, but now we have Kasmina as well, and keeps going on the train of Planeswalkers in blue. And that is our third uncommon. So our rare or mythic is a Parhelion 2. Spoilers, I guess. I talked about this in the last video. Parhelion 2 I do not find to be a great card, even in sealed, although I feel that that's the only place that it could work, and I'm really not interested in trying to make it work. It's just way too expensive, and there are aggressive decks in this format, and if you come across them and you're trying to dirtle around and play Parhelion 2, while an awesome card, and I would love to see it actually get played, I don't think that this format is the way to do it. Behind Parhelion 2 is an island and a Zombie Army, the big Zombie Army token. Speaking of the big Zombie Army, now we go to the little Zombie Army, because this, on the back of this token, is a code for a free draft on MTG Arena. And I will say one thing, and that is, please do not forget that with these codes, you get one per account on MTG Arena. So if you've used one already, you can't use it anymore. And so you won't be able to use this one. And if someone else has already gotten it, we have other videos on this channel where we have given away codes as well. So please check those and give it a try. Here is the code. We hope that someone gets to use it for a free draft on MTG Arena. We hope that you have fun with your draft, that you open good stuff, and that you win. You know, get your 7 wins in. Why not? That would be great, and it would make us super happy. So please do so. If you use this code and you get it, please sound off in the comments and let people know that you got it. And please check the comments to see if someone has said it. Otherwise, don't hesitate to try it out, because even if it's later in the life of this video. As long as the codes themselves still work on MTG Arena for this particular format, you might still get it, so who knows. But good luck. Thank you all so much. That is our thank you to you for watching our videos. We have a Teferi, and that's one of the ways that's as a thank you. We also just say thank you and genuinely mean it each and every time. But, there's only so many things to give away. So we have a Grim Initiate. We have a Martyr of the Cause, Shriek Diver, Snare Spinner, Unlikely Aid, love the flavor of that card, Wanderer's Strike, Heartfire, Mana Geode, Pollen Bright Druid, Davriel's Shadow Fugue, Bleeding Edge is the first uncommon. Such a interesting piece of art on this card. Gleaming Overseer, very cool card. That's our second. And Ugin's Conjurant is the third. Now, with 3 uncommons, none of them being a Planeswalker, that means that our rare or mythic is a Planeswalker. And it is. And Ugin the Ineffable. So we had Ugin's Conjurant followed by Ugin. Ugin is a great Planeswalker for Limited. We would definitely play with this Ugin. Why the heck not? I encourage you to watch the last 2 videos. I think I may have mentioned that. This is hilarious. That's great. Ugin's fantastic. Behind Ugin is a Plains and a Devil token. That's really funny. We have a Gideon on our last pack, notably. Last pack of this kit, is got Gideon on it and doesn't want to properly open. There we go. So, inside of it we have Martyr for the Cause, Naga Eternal, New Horizons, Toll of the Invasion, Burning Prophet. This is the only Burning Prophet we've seen in this whole kit. That sucks. Guess we're not using the spells deck. This card's great, by the way. Relentless Advance, Centaur Nurturer, Demolish. This card's not great, by the way. Lazotep Reaver, Defiant Strike, Dread Malkin is our first uncommon. Eternal Taskmaster is the second. Wow, yeah, black-blue actually is looking pretty good with all our walkers and stuff. And Mowu Loyal Companion is our third. Mowu is a sweet card, although I don't think we have support for him in this kit. But I will also point out 3 uncommons without a Planeswalker, meaning our rare or mythic Planeswalker as our last rare or mythic is Nissa, who shakes the world. Thank God Amy is not here while I am filming this, as I say that I still don't think we have enough green support to play her, but it is our 3rd Nissa for the channel, so I'm sure Amy will be super happy that we got more Nissas, because the more Nissas the better, to be fair. I would also like to point out, I don't think we own any Ajani's, so boo, but Amy is going to be happy that we got another Nissa, so that is great for her. And obviously I will look at the green. There might be a ton of great commons and uncommons that I'm just not thinking of right now, but we'll look through that when I go to make the deck. Behind Nissa, appropriately enough, is a Forest and a medium zombie army token. So guys, I will be back in a moment to see what kind of craziness this kit comes up with. So I'm going to do something a little different this time. I do this on occasion, but this kit kind of dealt me, if you want to use a card pun, it kind of dealt me 2 different decks. And this is the first one. Now, I made a blue-white deck in the last video out of the last kit, and I think that that one was infinitely better than this one. I think this one is just fine. It has double Wanderer Strike, which I like a lot. I think that card is fantastic. It's got double Dovin's Veto, double Divine Arrow. It's got Planeswalkers in Ashiok, Dovin, and Kasmina, which is great, and Ugin, of course. We did put the Tomic in, double Martyr for the Cause. Makeshift Battalion gets counters. I just don't see a ton of ways to get counters, despite the fact that Martyr for the Cause and Wanderer Strike want you to be able to proliferate. So I don't think this is the best deck in the world, but it is 23 playable cards. Rescuer Sphinx is good, Thunder Drake is good. We're also obviously super low on creatures. Ugin does technically make them, but this is not the best deck. And so I came up with two of them. So at the end of the video, definitely let me know what you thought of either deck, whether you thought one was obviously better than the other, whether it was a toss-up, whether you thought neither were good and we should have gone with something else. You know, should we have tried to make blue-black work because we had the Gleaming Overseer? Because trust me, I tried and I didn't love it. So this is my first deck. My second deck is this. So you will notice two cards are shared from the last deck in this one, and that is Ashiok and Ugin, in my opinion, appropriately, because those two cards are great, and they deserve to go in either deck. Note the Nissa over here, so I get to eat a little bit of crow by being like, oh yeah, nope, Nissa's not, there's not enough to support Nissa. No, there was, and in fact, I think this is the better deck of the two, just from looking at it. I mean, first of all, having a little bit more of a faster start never hurts, and all these 2-drops are pretty good. We did get triple Pollen Bright Druid, double Snare Spinner, double Vraska's Finisher, double Lazotep Behemoth. Like, there are a lot of pretty good cards here that I think could really get us there. I think the Crunch Wrangler is okay. We have all 4 creatures that are here trigger it, but that's not until 5. So that's not great. We do have this Leyline Prowler and the Centaur Nurturer, so it's possible we could, like, cut something to splash for something else that we have. And I would be open to suggestions on maybe what of the busted cards that we opened we could put in. But this, I like this deck out of all of them, to be honest. I think this one works the best, and this is, it looks pretty good to me. Right, Eternal Taskmaster is pretty sweet to try to get back a lot of these little guys. 2/3 is a very good body. Leyline Prowler has the same stats. Mowu here as a 3/3 with these Pollen Brights feels really good, because you just use a Pollen Bright on Mowu and it's just a 5/5 Trample Vigilance. Like, that just seems amazing. So yeah, that's my opinion though, of course. So please tell me what your opinions are of this and or the other deck in the comments down below. Do you think one is better than the other? Do you think that I shouldn't have even bothered putting one of them together because the other one was just obviously better? Whatever, any of your comments that you might have, please pass them along to me. I would love to read them and hear your feedback. Please let me know what you thought entirely of the opening, and let us know if you got that code to work for MTG Arena. But for now, from the Geek for All YouTube channel, I have been Joe. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.